webinar ads. So what did really work for you? So I avoid any stupid mistakes with running ads on webinars.
Oh, you're not going to have this issue in the beginning, but it's going to be inflating the ad spend too much. Like that's your biggest risk, right? Your biggest risk is jumping the ad spend too much because you're just going to get like webinar fever basically. So the only thing you ever need to be worried about is so this is a mean distribution. This is where the world lies here. When you run ads in the beginning, D C B A. When you run ads in the beginning, your webinars, your ads are going to target here. So let's just say this is a $50 a day, okay? And then you're like, fuck Darren, I did well. What happened is it'll work really well. It always works really well in the beginning. And then I will tell you to increase the ad spend. That's generally how this works. It happens all the time with people. So I'll tell you to increase the ad spend, and you'll get more leads with some people that are kind of retarded. And this will be like 100 a day. Okay?
Okay, so the bigger the spend, the more people you get, but the more you also get like of those stupid leads.
Yeah, think of it as a pond, right? Pond, you see everything right there and then in your back garden. Lake, you don't know what's going on underneath. So the more you spend, the more it pops. Thank you so much. So you'd like throttle it to here. Actually, hold on. Let's just say you increase the spend again. Now you're really pushing it, bro. You're not getting any more A's anymore. But you're getting more of this, which is 95% of the world. Okay? Right? And then that's like 150 a day. And then if you're me and you're kind of retarded, you end up spending 5K a day on ads and you've blown out the back end. You're just blowing out the back end. And then this is how we bring in like the multi-level marketers and shit like that. People selling like skinny teas. Because you basically blow the account and you have to throttle it slowly. You're not going to have this issue. And that's why we start with a low ad budget of like $2,000. For your launch, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably start your first ad budget on a warm-up webinar for sure. And then we throttle it from there. Because the thing is, man, like the best way to think about this is like, if you gave me €2 and I gave you back 6, would you do it? Yes, undoubtedly. If you gave me €10 and I gave you back 25, would you do it? You're like, maybe. If you gave me 100 and I gave you back 120, you'd be like, nah, it's like not worth it. So you give me 100 today and I give you back 120 in 2 weeks. Okay? So that's like CAC payback. That's what it's referred to. So it's about how do we keep this attractive? We spend 3K on ads. We get back 8K or 9K. Great. But one thing I want you to really think about, and this was said to me by an advisor to me in passing, and it was probably the most valuable thing he said to me, he didn't say much more valuable after that, was what are you measuring payback on? Payback period. Because if I run a webinar, okay, so let's say the webinar minus 10 days, 0, 10, 30, 90. Okay? If on minus 10 we spend 10,000 on ads, on the day we make back 15K, right? That's a 1.5x ROAS. Okay? Where everyone's like, oh, the ROAS is shit. But let's just say by the time day 30 comes, we've made 30K. Now it's a 3x ROAS. But what about on day 90 of these leads that signed up? Let's just say an extra 10 close. That's 90K. Now we have a 9x ROAS on a 90-day window. And this is like playing business on like fucking 4 chessboards. It's like, can you invest the money here to pay back the money here? And the simple answer you ask yourself is just one simple line, which is don't spend money that you can't lose. It's like trading. only spend money that you're willing to lose. So in
Yeah.
this specific area is like, for our next webinar, like I'm happy to spend like 15K on the front end, just because it's our first time, and it's like we'll get the purchases, but if we weren't getting the purchases, how would we do this? We do it through this model, basically.